Welcome back to Lakers News. Fan Report, Lake Show Nation. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into the summer rumor that has the entire basketball world buzzing. Could Giannis Antetokounmpo be packing his bags for Hollywood? The Greek freak himself has dropped tantalizing hints about a potential change of scenery, and whispers are growing louder that the Los Angeles Lakers might be primed to mount the most blockbuster offer in NBA history, even if it means tearing down the current roster to its studs. Strap in, because we're about to speculate on what it would actually take for the Lakers to land Giannis, keep LeBron James in his prime form, and add Luka Doncic into this star-studded equation. As a die-hard Lakers fan, I'm here to walk you through the dream scenario and weigh every thrilling possibility. No false promises, just pure fan-driven analysis that leaves you on the edge of your seat. Let's start with the baseline. Giannis publicly said he's open to new challenges beyond Milwaukee, and frankly, how could he not be intrigued by the idea of playing alongside LeBron and Luka? That triumvirate, 2 future Hall of Famers and 1 perennial MVP contender, would redefine super team in the modern era. And from a pure fan perspective, just imagining Giannis's 7'3" wingspan crashing home alley-oops from LeBron, or cleaning up Doncic's pinpoint entry passes makes me giddy with excitement. But the Lakers brass would have to go all in, and I mean all in, on a jaw-dropping package. According to the insiders at our disposal, the base offer Los Angeles would need to put on the table for the Bucks would look something like this. The entire second unit, Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, Shake Milton, Dalton Knecht, plus Dorian Finney-Smith. Then tack on 3 first-round pick swaps, 2026, 2028, and 2030. A first-round pick in 2031, and a second-round pick in 2035. Yes, you read that right. The Lakers would hand over virtually every draft asset they can spare and their entire bench rotation to convince Milwaukee that they're serious about rebuilding under new talent if Giannis bolts. From Reaves, a fan favorite who's blossomed, into a do-it-all guard, to Hachimura, who provides stretch 4 versatility, to veteran glue guy Finney-Smith, this deal tears the current Lakers roster apart. But imagine the upside. Giannis's power, LeBron's savvy, and Luka's wizardry converging on the same hardwood. Of course, this offer also gives the Bucks a robust foundation to rebuild. They'd receive a mix of emerging talents, Knecht's shooting ceiling, Milton's veteran experience, Hachimura's scoring versatility, and an avalanche of future picks. Their front office could reload by drafting high-upside prospects or packaging picks in future trades. For Giannis, the allure is twofold: immediate title contention in Los Angeles, plus the chance to redefine a franchise alongside 2 generational talents. From a narrative standpoint, him donning purple and gold would be the NBA equivalent of landing the moon. Now, a Lakers fan has to ask, is this wholesale roster teardown feasible? The salary cap gymnastics alone could make even the savviest front offices break a sweat. But remember, LeBron has orchestrated sign-and-trade moves before, and the Lakers have historically been willing to gut their bench for headline acquisitions. If there's one team in the league that can make millionaire contracts vanish behind clever cap holds and future exceptions, it's this one. Plus, with the league's new in-season tournament revenues and a fresh TV deal on the horizon, the financial flexibility might just be there. Let's also consider the basketball fit. Giannis thrives in transition and rim running. It's a playground at the Staples Center, with LeBron as a lob specialist and Doncic as a gravity-pulling facilitator. And defensively, pairing Giannis's shot blocking and switching ability with Anthony Davis's rim protection establishes a paint-dominant wall that few teams could challenge. Add in LeBron's defensive IQ on the wing, and you have a unit that can smother any opponent in the regular season or playoffs, but it's not without risk. Handing away Reaves and Hachimura creates glaring bench weaknesses. Who would heat up the second unit in crunch time? and those future picks could come back to haunt us if the Lakers' championship window closes abruptly. As a fan, I'd feel a pang of anxiety watching rookies and minimum salary veterans fill roles once occupied by the likes of Reaves's fearless drives or Finney-Smith's corner threes. We'd be placing immense faith in Frank Vogel's successor to stitch together depth from scraps and manage minute distributions to keep superstars fresh. Yet, imagine the juggernaut on paper. In clutch time, LeBron slices in, kicks out to Doncic for a step-back three. Then Giannis corrals the rebound and throws down an outlet dunk to keep the crowd roaring. And if one superstar is cold, the others pick up the slack, making the Lakers unstoppable in any quarter. In the playoffs, teams would need 8 or 9 defenders to even slow this lineup, giving Los Angeles the strategic edge of positional versatility. As a fan, it feels like a cheat code for basketball supremacy. Now, let me indulge in some pure fan speculation. Suppose this blockbuster package clears out the bench, freeing us to splurge on veteran role players who thrive in low usage, high execution spots. Imagine landing a sharpshooter like Joe Harris on a minimum deal, a defensive stopper like Patrick Beverley to hound the opponent's best guard, and a stretch four like Tobias Harris on a mid-level exception to space the floor. Suddenly, we've rebuilt depth around the Giannis-LeBron-Doncic core, crafting a lineup that can adjust on the fly and withstand the physical toll of best-of-7 series. We're talking about an era-defining move, the kind of seismic ripples that reshuffle conferences and rewrite legacies. It's a gamble that very few franchises would dare, but the Lakers, under Pelinka's watch, have never been shy about swinging for the fences. And, as a fan who lives for moments that keep you up at night, picturing Giannis in purple and gold, against LeBron's former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, in a conference finals rematch, gives me chills. Of course, all of this is purely speculative. We're playing in the realm of what if and dream big. The actual odds of Milwaukee parting with Giannis for a cannon shot offer are slim. Bucks ownership has built a culture around their franchise cornerstone and remains reluctant to surrender a generational talent without an absolute guarantee of sustained success. But the whispers are out there, the numbers have been crunched, and the Lakers' desire to add Giannis is as real as any rumor we've ever chased. So, Lake Show Nation, keep your eyes peeled for every tweet, every front office whisper, and every trade machine update. If Pelinka is serious about contriving the league's next ultimate super team, this is how it could go down. Dismantle the bench, mortgage the future draft capital, and build around the invincible trio of Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic. The potential is sky high, the stakes are through the roof, and as a devoted Lakers fan, I wouldn't trade this exhilarating suspense for anything in the world. Imagine the Lakers pulling it off. The headlines flash, breaking, Lakers land Giannis in blockbuster deal, and the basketball world collectively gasps. Overnight, Los Angeles morphs into the most unguardable team since the Dream Team's prime. With Giannis streaking down the sideline for thunderous breakaway dunks, LeBron orchestrating the offense as the ultimate point forward, and Luka carving up defenses with his pinpoint vision, opponents would scramble for counterpunches they simply don't have. To make room for Giannis's colossal contract, projected at $52 million per year on a 5-year max deal, the Lakers would have to clear every non-core salary. In addition to Reaves, Hachimura, Milton, Knecht, and Finney-Smith, they'd likely stretch out or waive a few veterans like Thomas Bryant or Lonnie Walker IV, pivoting to minimum salary role players and two-way guys to fill out the roster. Picture: a bench stocked with hungry prospects, Jalen Hood-Schifino running the second unit, Max Christie spotting up as a catch-and-shoot specialist, and Scottie Pippen Jr. providing defensive hustle. None of them beg the starring roles vacated by the All-Stars, but they'd bring energy, length, and low-cost flexibility. Then there's the draft capital. Those 3 pick swaps plus the lone first-rounder in 2031 and a 2035 second-rounder would give the Lakers future currency, but it also means surrendering the lifeline that built the last decade's rosters. Remember how the Lakers used 2012 and 2013 picks to peel off Anthony Davis. Without those mid to late firsts, the front office would have to rely on trades and free agency to fill the gaps. They might roll the dice on Euro prospects or green era steals in the mid to late first round, hoping to unearth another Alex Caruso or Theo Maledon. But the margin for error shrinks drastically when your draft arsenal is mortgaged for a single superstar. Financially, the Lakers would be stacking 4 max salaries on the books: LeBron, $46 million; Giannis, $52 million; Davis, $35 million; and Doncic, $47 million, if they re-sign Luka this summer. That's roughly $180 million in guaranteed contracts, leaving little room under the luxury tax apron. They'd have to deploy the taxpayer, MLE, or apply the mid-level exception sparingly to bring in veterans like Joe Harris or Patrick Beverley on minimum deals. The luxury tax bill would be astronomical, easily surpassing $150 million in repeater penalties. But for a championship window that includes Giannis, some owners see that as a price worth paying. On the court, the coach's playbook would transform overnight. Frank Vogel, or whoever dons the headset, would design an offense that leverages Giannis as the fulcrum in high pick-and-roll sets with Doncic. Imagine the Euro stepping from Luka, Giannis sealing on the block, colliding with LeBron's flair for secondary playmaking. They'd run Lob City 2.0, with Giannis finishing lobs that LeBron and Luka orchestrate. And defensively, opponents would need a 5-headed hydra to navigate switch-heavy matchups. Giannis's ability to chase guards out to the three-point line, recover to the rim, and gobble rebounds would anchor a defensive scheme that suffocates mid-range and paint drives. We've seen super teams come and go. The Heatles, Harden, Westbrook, Curry, the recent Nets supernova, but few configurations combine youth, prime production, and positional versatility like this. Giannis, now entering his age 29 season, would be in the middle of his prime, while LeBron, still chipping away at MVP-caliber stats, would relish an off-ball starring role once more. Luka, 24, would be basking in a mid-season All-NBA run supported by the biggest gravity duo in league history. The flash versus the crash, the precision versus the power, all rolled into one unstoppable rotation. Yet, even the most utopian basketball heaven has its existential risks. The Big Three dynamic often yields diminishing returns as roles clash and egos simmer. Can 3 alpha playmakers coexist without a singular identity? The Western Conference's top teams would adapt. The Suns might try to flood the paint, the Nuggets could counter with Jokic's passing creativity, the Clippers would unleash Kawhi's isolation mastery. The Lakers' brass would need an adaptive bench that can switch on every position, and a coaching staff that calibrates minute distribution to avoid burnout. Managing that triumvirate's minutes, especially during a grueling 82-game regular season, poses a Herculean challenge, and let's not understate the pressure. If this mega deal fails to deliver a championship within 2 years, the front office would face a backlash for mortgaging the future. Fans could revert from euphoric adulation to seething regret, chanting "Fire Pelinka" as rosters erode and championship hopes flicker. The luxury tax debt would loom over every subsequent transaction, forcing the team to gamble on untested veterans or lottery land draft picks. Ultimately, this is all pure fan lore, a what-if soirees worthy of late-night debates in fantasy leagues. The actual likelihood of Milwaukee letting go of Giannis for a 9-player package and draft swaps is vanishingly small. The Bucks' front office has built a fortress around their franchise centerpiece, and they've shown a willingness to absorb. Trade rumors until the final buzzer. But in a league where one tweet or one leaked meeting can set tongues wagging, the possibility lingers, fanning dreams of Lakers fans everywhere. So, Lake Show Nation, we close this chapter of speculation with a wink and a nod to the infinite possibilities that make the NBA offseason such a rush. Would you pull the trigger on this seismic trade? Would you gut the bench for a chance to chase rings with Giannis, LeBron, and Luka? Or would you preserve the current core, trust the drafting aces, and build incrementally? The debate is what makes fan culture so electric. And here on Lakers News Fan Report, we're proud to stoke those fires. This concludes our deep dive into the Larson-esque gamble that could propel the Lakers into uncharted territory. As always, keep your eyes peeled for every legitimate whisper, every front office leak, and every statistical nugget that could herald the next blockbuster move. Until the next rumor parade marches through Hollywood, remember, go Lakers, the chase never stops.